The top stories: Independence Day windfall for tourism, painter who fell from hotel is named, and Windies women lose again. Welcome to Nation News for Tuesday, November the 11th, 2014.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. News, your time, your way.
The high winter season is coming early for the cruise sector. The season usually starts mid-December, but on Independence Day, 15,000 cruise ship passengers and at least 4,500 crew members will sail into the Bridgetown port. Officials are predicting a very good winter season, though some have expressed concern about the local spending of passengers. Chief Executive of Foster and Ince Cruises, Martin Ince, told Nation News it was a wonderful position for Barbados to be in. Barbadians can be using 100% green energy and lower energy bills within 10 years, says a German professor with years of experience in sustainable energy systems. In a public lecture here, Professor Olav Homaya of the University of Flensburg said his plan will save Barbados close to $400 million in fuel costs and generate more than $100 million in tax revenue each year. But the plan would require almost $2 billion in investment to produce electricity from the sun and wind, among other initiatives. Central Bank Governor Dr. Del Weil also told the forum that the increased use of solar power could bring several economic benefits to the country.
Powering our country using solar power, a natural resource that Barbados has in abundance, would produce a truly remarkable saving in foreign currency spending. Fuel imports are in the region of $1 billion every year, or about 1/3 of everything we import. Converting fully to solar generation would probably cut that bill in half, or even lower, if accompanied by widespread use of electricity for transportation and the use of natural and petroleum gas for supplementary power generation. An additional $500 million of foreign exchange annually would provide a substantial boost to Barbados' economic growth.
Hundreds turned up at the village gate to say farewell to Roy Baer at the Waterford venue where he established the Super Gladiators Calypso tent. A virtual who's who in entertainment, politicians, journalists and many others gathered to give fitting send-off to the longtime videographer who died last month at the age of 68. His body was interred at the Westbury Cemetery. The painter who fell from a top floor balcony at the Divi South Winds Hotel on Monday afternoon has been identified as 55-year-old John Holder. He remains hospitalized and is said to be in a critical condition from the injuries about the body and head. He was reported to be unconscious when he was taken from the scene. Local financial institutions should be required to disclose computer security failures which place customers' money and information at risk. That view from IT specialist Dion Olton, who told the Financial Services Conference that Barbados should follow the lead of Europe, the United States, Canada, and Jamaica. He called not just for legislation to force reporting requirements, but also to say how much money was taken as a result. Up next is Carol Martindale with commentary, and this week she speaks about garbage.
Minister of the Environment Dr. Dennis Lowe recently announced more trucks would be added to the Sanitation Service Authority's fleet, and garbage collection should improve by December. That is welcome news for householders, as unsightly piles of garbage are also a major health hazard. But beyond new trucks, it is time that the government of Barbados mandates the separation of garbage. Too many things are ending up in the landfill which should be sent for recycling. PET bottles are only a small part of what can be recycled. Glass, plastic, grass, paper and metal should all be sorted for collection and recycling. We have limited resources, a small land mass, and we are running out of space. So garbage separation just makes sense.
In sport, West Indies women have lost the 5th straight game on their Australian tour After their whitewash in the 2020 series, the women were beaten by 3 wickets in the first one-day international in Sydney, in spite of a brilliant 95 by Stephanie Taylor. A debut half-century from teenage Barbadian Hayley Matthews also helped to take the Windies women to 248 for 8 from their 50 overs. That was not enough, however, and Australia reached 241 for 7 with 3 balls to spare. And finally, police in Austria have announced that an internet porn star will go to court on charges stemming from 2 sexually explicit scenes she filmed in a village church. Police announced the 29-year-old woman, who uses the name Babsy in her videos, is facing charges of disturbing religious worship and denigrating religious teachings after the church filed a complaint with authorities in June. Church officials said local youths told the priests they had recognized the church in porn videos posted online. Police said the woman, whose real name was not released, told them she filmed in the church because she wanted to be deliberately provocative and hoped to thereby draw attention to herself in the porn industry. And that's Nation News for Tuesday. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And get your Midweek Nation on Wednesday.